Alright. Hey guys, and welcome back to Z3Cubing. This is my 300,000 subscriber live stream. Alright, I'm gonna say about 80% shot that we're live right now. I think that's all working. I can see a little picture of myself up there. So yeah, 300,000 subscribers. About a month ago, beginning of December-ish, we were at 280,000 subscribers. I was getting around like 5,000 subscribers a month. And then December came around, I decided to make a few more videos, some of which got incredibly popular, and suddenly we got 25,000 subscribers in a month instead of just 5,000, which was just absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, I hit this milestone a lot faster than I thought I would. I think we're at like 303 or 304,000 now, which is just crazy because when I announced it 3 days ago, we were at exactly 300,000. So yeah, we're going to be doing an interesting live stream today. As you can probably see in the title, we're going to be doing some Q&A. It's hard to talk live. This is why I edit my videos a lot. So yeah, I asked you guys questions in a few different places, and I gathered a bunch of them, and I will answer a bunch of those in the beginning of this video. And then we're going to be doing some online live competition on a website called cuberslive.com. Everybody is saying that I'm live, just checking that. So yeah, go to cuberslive.com if you want right now. You can make an account on there. And it's basically like a website like Twist the Web used to be, where you can all get in a room together and you all get the same scramble, and you can all solve your cubes against each other and see how your times compare. It's kind of like a little live competition. So we're going to be doing that later in the video. Looks like we have around 250 people watching already. That's pretty cool. The chat is rolling by like crazy. People are saying zucchini. That's what I asked you to say in the last video, so that's helpful. And everything is looking good, so I guess we can start with some Q&A. So, I've never done this before, but I think if I hit this button right here, I get a question on my screen. That's cool. So the first person asks, why do you have the acoustic foam in the background? Does it help reduce noise, or is it purely for decoration? It supposedly helps reduce noise. I think normally when I'm making my videos, I'm facing in this direction with the table in front of me. So I guess it could reduce noise, but it's mostly for decoration. It looks cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's go to the next slide. What is the biggest cube you have solved? Well, it depends how you defined biggest. This is the biggest n×n puzzle that I've solved, the 13×13, which now has a bunch of giant 3s on it. And if you're counting like big as in size, then I guess you could say this giant 3×3. In fact, you want to solve it right now? I could do that. Let's do it. I think if I go ahead to this camera shot, you can see my webcam, which I guess it doesn't work super well when the cube is taking up the entire frame, but let's solve it. White side. 3, 2, 1, and go. Do. Keep that cross. I spent 10 seconds making the cross. You know what's crazy? Laser Monkey, he can solve one of these things in like 20-something seconds. That's just ridiculous. There's a video that he has that's really popular of him solving it super fast. Meanwhile, I'm gonna take like a minute. There we go. F2L. It's pretty hard when you have 0 finger tricks. Also, my F2L isn't very efficient right now. Can I do that OLL without messing it up? I think I can. Can I? It's all muscle memory, but I think it goes like that. Yeah, I did it. And then we just have an A-perm. Perfect. I know that one. There we go. There we go. And this is the biggest cube that I have ever solved. There we go, a giant 3×3. I believe it's 18 centimeters. So yeah, they also made another one that's like double the size. It's like 30 centimeters or something, but it's like $100. Plus, I imagine shipping is also really expensive because it's literally this big. But I would really like to get one of those and make a video on it. That would be fun. Looks like we have 600 people on here now. That's pretty awesome. YouTube doing a good job recommending it to people. Lots of people spamming chat and getting automatically blocked. Good job, YouTube. And let's go to the next question. Do you think you'll ever get to 1 million subscribers? Doubtful, but I mean, I guess that's your job. Subscribe. I don't know. Oh, okay, this is a good question. When do you think the 3.47 world record will be broken, and by who? If you've seen Max Park's videos recently, he posts all sorts of like 3-second solves, things like that. But at the same time, Felix also got, I think, the unofficial world record on camera of like 3.2 or something like that recently. So, I mean, either of them could definitely do it. The problem is there hasn't really been a whole lot of competitions recently. So yeah, I think Max Park will probably be the one. He normally goes to a lot of competitions, so once we're able to go to competitions again, he'll break it pretty fast. He's insane. And it seems like he's only gotten faster in the last year. Do you plan to make videos as your full-time job? Not really. I mean, I'm in college right now for an engineering degree, so I will make videos for as long as I can throughout college, and then after that we'll probably get a real job. But yeah, I probably could support myself for a little while making videos, but realistically I have no idea how long YouTube will last as a thing, or my channel. I've been around YouTube long enough to see all sorts of huge channels collapse and not have people anymore. Luckily we're doing pretty good still, so yeah, but I don't plan to do it as a full-time job. Let's go to the next question. Read this upside down. Does this count? It's upside down and I read it. If you could have any puzzle that you don't have right now, what would it be? If we're talking about mass-produced puzzles, I've probably said this before, but the 19 by 19 is pretty epic. I mean, this is my biggest n by n puzzle right here, the 13 by 13, and it is pretty cool. I love that it's so small and that you're able to like put your hands around it like this. It's just like the perfect size, and it's totally speed solvable basically as much as you can for a 13 by 13, and it's cubic, which is just amazing. Yu Shen Huan Long. But yeah, 19 by 19 would be pretty massive, but pretty expensive too, around $1,000. Let's go to the next question. What's your favorite from 2x2 to 7x7? So out of the WCA events, let's see. Is it a lame answer to just say 3x3? Because I think that's true. Obviously, I spend the most time, like most people, just doing 3x3 because, you know, it helps you improve in pretty much everything, and it's the event that has like the most progress attached to it out of history. I mean, it's the original cube, and yeah, there's all sorts of different, it's like the perfect balance. The 2x2 is just too easy, and once you get up to big cubes, it kind of gets repetitive, and yeah, this is just like the perfect balance in between all of that. Pretty fast, things like that. Let's go to the next one. Why is that blank? I'm pretty sure there's more. There we go. Any tips for continuing cubing? I've lost motivation to cube. Well, if you do want tips to continue cubing, I guess this is pretty unhelpful right now, but my best tip would be to go to competitions. I guess that's not really possible right now. But yeah, going to competitions always, you know, I've heard a lot of people say that it like inspires you to get faster and to keep practicing and to race against other people, because yeah, that's what you do at a competition. Also, for me, I mean, making YouTube videos is pretty much the main reason that I continue cubing. I'm not a huge speed solver anymore. I do it every once in a while, but yeah, pretty much YouTube is the reason that I continue cubing, and something that I enjoy about it. And some people might not want to make videos, but that's just for me. And honestly, if you just don't enjoy cubing at all, then don't do it. Find some other hobby that you enjoy more, and you'd be better off doing something that you enjoy. And who knows, maybe if you stop cubing for a while, you'll come back to it and enjoy it even more. Let's go to the next one. What is your average 3x3 time at home when you went to your first competition? Okay. So my first competition was US Nationals 2014. That was a long time ago. Man, 7 years ago? I guess I started my channel 7 years ago too. I believe my average was around 35. I actually got a pretty good average in my first round of 3x3. I think it was like just under 35. But yeah, I was averaging probably right around there, or a little bit higher. But that's not to say that you have to average 35 to go to your first competition. I mean, a lot of people average less than that. A lot of people average more than that. I mean, there's plenty of people who average more than a minute at competitions. So if you can solve one, you should go to one once they keep happening. Here we go. How do you do the 4x4 checkerboard? Okay, I realized that this is perhaps not as much of common knowledge as I thought it was. Obviously doing the checkerboard on any odd layer puzzle like a 3x3, 5x5, etc. You just do the double turns on every single layer and it turns into a checkerboard. But then if you've ever tried to do that on a 4x4, you'll know that it kind of gets messed up and doesn't really work. So what I like to do is you choose two colors, white and yellow, and then around that side you do double layers in one direction, and then the other direction, and then back to the same direction. And that gives you the lines like this, and then you just finish it off like this. And obviously you don't have checkerboard on the opposite sides, but you have checkerboard on these four. Another way to do it is you can, let's see if I can explain this. I think if you do a 3x3 checkerboard pattern, so the layer below it, and then you just do on top of that like a 2x2, and then like this, then you can get checkerboard on four sides, but also have 3x3 checkerboard on these two sides. So that's a bit more of a complete checkerboard pattern. So that's kind of cool. What was your thought process while composing an answer to this question? So whenever I am doing like Q&A type videos, I of course scroll through the questions, find one that's interesting, and then I kind of go through in my head to figure out how I'm going to answer it. And so my thought process while composing the answer to this question was basically everything that I just said there. I looked at the question and then I thought, what's a way that I can answer this? And then I was saying all these things that I'm saying right now to the camera, but in my head, and it's like this infinite loop, and it's, yeah. How do you come up with your amazing video ideas? See, this is an example of the last question, except I didn't really come up with something to say. How did you, so, awkward silences. This is why I, again, don't do Q&As live. How do we come up with video ideas? So, I guess most video ideas, crazy things that I do like this, come from other video ideas. So when I started out, I kind of would just do like, you know, unboxing a cube, and then I would start with modding a cube based on watching other people, I guess, originally. And then over time, as my channel has grown, I've kind of seen what's popular, seen what's good, like doing mods like this seem to be popular, and then I do more of them. Coming up with the ideas is actually one of the hardest parts, but I guess there's not really a trick to it. You just kind of think about, you know, creative things like drilling out a bunch of holes in a cube. I guess if it were easier to come up with video ideas, then there would be a lot more YouTubers around. Yeah, again, a question that I probably should have thought about more in advance, but yeah. Do you recommend using a cube stickered with F2L for practicing F2L? So he's talking about like a stickered cube, except you peel off all the last layer stickers so that you just have F2L. And I mean, obviously when you're learning F2L, you might want to just be able to focus on the F2L. But I would say that like you can pretty much do that on a normal cube. You just solve the F2L and then scramble it again. And to be honest, when you're like improving on F2L, as long as you know how to do it and you're confident in being able to do it and you don't want to get distracted with the last layer, once you get to that point, then I would recommend learning a good last layer technique and practicing both of them at the same time, because obviously every time you're solving a 3x3, you're going to be doing both the F2L and the last layer. So it's best to practice both of them at the same time, and I would say a cube like that isn't really necessary. How do you balance your channel and school? How much work do you do a day on videos? When it comes to school, I guess I'm maybe good at doing schoolwork and things like that really quickly, but I mean the best technique for me, I guess I would say, is just to literally do everything as fast as possible. Do it well, but finish everything in terms of school and everything else in your life as fast as possible, and that gives you tons of time to do whatever the heck else you want, like making videos or doing whatever else. On an average day, on a median day, I guess I probably don't work on a video like really at all. Normally I do about 1 video per week, and so normally only takes like 1 or 2 days to film an entire video if I dedicate most of the day. And so yeah, maybe 10 or 15 hours to make a single video, depending on the video. But on an average day, yeah. So you could divide that over the week and it would be like 2 hours a day technically. But a lot of times I'd make videos like right before I upload them. So there we go. What's the precise weight difference between your heaviest cube and your lightest cube? That's an interesting question. So yeah, I was talking about the videos I've made recently where I made the heaviest cube and I made the lightest cube. So I think the heaviest one was just under 1 kilogram. It was like 960 grams or something like that. And then this one was 27 grams. So I think if you divide that in between, it's like 35 times. 35 of these equals 1 of these. And it is really heavy. I think if we... Here, let's switch to this real quick. I don't know if it will work. Let's move to the table. It's really funny if you like hit one of the cubes with the other cube. Because this one just goes flying when you hit it. Whereas this one just has 0 effect. It's really funny. Yeah. Back to there. I think we're getting pretty close to the end of the comments. So if you weren't here for the beginning of the stream, we're going to be using a website called cuberslive.com pretty soon. So go ahead and log on to that. Q&A question. How do you get over comp nerves? Being anxious for competing in events is definitely a problem that most people face. And to be honest, I haven't really gotten over it for like 3x3. Like the biggest thing I can say is that it's a lot easier to do well in an event if you're just not nervous for it, period. And so a lot of times if I just like don't really care about the competition or don't really care about a particular event, like, I don't know, something like square one, if I practice it a little bit just so that I get a little bit better than the last competition, but then I'm not really thinking about it, I'm not really nervous about it, then I do really well. But then obviously that doesn't work for every event because obviously you're going to care about something. So I find it really hard myself to do really well in 3x3 because obviously that's the event that you care about the most. And for me, like Skewb, whenever I've practiced a lot on Skewb and tried to do really well in a competition, it's always really hard because you're super nervous. But, you know, on the Pyraminx or on the 4x4, the 2x2, I always find that I do a lot better when I'm just not nervous for it. I guess that's maybe an unhelpful answer, but yeah, it's true. Do you have the GAN, Pyraminx, Megaminx, or Skewb? My only GAN puzzle is a 3x3. I have a bunch of GAN 3x3s, but those are the only ones that I have. I think I actually do have a GAN, Skewb, and or Pyraminx in the mail right now, so I will be making a video on those pretty soon. But yeah, at the current moment, 3x3 is all that I have. It is really good though. What's the best stickered cube under $10 with good stickers? I've said this a lot of times, but the best cube, really the best value cube at all, which does happen to be under $10, is the Moyu RS3M 2020. It's really good. And it does come in both stickerless and stickered. I did have to check, but yeah, it does come in stickered, so you can get it. I assume it has good stickers. I mean, there's not really cubes with bad stickers nowadays, but yep. I think we're just about done here. How old were you when you learned how to solve a 3x3? I was 8 years old. What would you do if you had more subs than JPerm? Well, I did have more subs than JPerm for about like 5 years. It was only until he started making videos and exploded really quickly that he passed me. I think it was middle of 2019 or something like that. What's it like going to a competition? Yeah, I feel really bad for a lot of people who have started cubing in the past year or so and just haven't been able to go to a competition because they're haven't really been happening. But if you want to get a good idea of what it's like going to a competition, my best advice would be to watch a video of a competition. So I've made quite a few of them. For a big competition, you can go watch my US Nationals 2019 video. That was a pretty good one. Also the 2018, 2017, 2016 ones. I made videos about all those, and those will give you a pretty good idea. Chris Olsen also makes some pretty good videos about all those competitions in the past he has. And then if you want to see what it's like at a smaller competition, I think the last one I went to was Old Town Parker 2020, and I made a cool video just kind of showing all around, showing people solving. It's hard to explain in words, but yeah. Here we go. Can your YouTube play button make an entrance in the video? Oh, now I have to walk over and grab it. Okay. Ta-da! Here it is. Presented to Z3Cubing for passing 100,000 subscribers. YouTube. It's pretty cool looking. And I think that is the last question. Oh, that's not the last question. How much is your collection worth? It's a hard question to answer because obviously you have spent a lot more money on cubes than you would be able to sell those cubes for. I'd say I'd probably spent, over the total amount of money that the puzzles have costed, probably $1,000 or $2,000 or so, maybe a little bit more. But in terms of actually being worth, like being able to sell it for, probably a lot less than that, $500,000. The most valuable things would probably be like my barrel cubes, things that are modded and that you can't just buy off the shelf, probably worth a lot more than the base puzzles themselves. Whereas obviously when you have something like, I don't know, an old GAN cube, like you have the GAN Air SM, nobody's gonna buy that for the original $60 that it cost. It would probably be sold for like 15 bucks, if that. So yeah, cubes aren't a great investment. They do drop in value once they're no longer the best cubes on the market. But yeah, probably considerably less than what I bought them for, but that's okay. I really thought that was going to be the end of the questions, but there's just more coming. Have you ever done a shape-shifting solve on your V-Cube 8? Let's see if we can still do this. There we go. V-Cube 8 shape-shifting. No, I've never done a full solve like this. It's just too crazy for me, and I don't think the way that the pieces move would just be able to be solved in a normal way. I guess it might be possible to do some crazy scramble, but yeah, I have not. Let's get this back. And, oh no, I popped it. That's another reason why you wouldn't want to do a shape-shifting scramble, because it pops so easily. Okay, we'll fix that later. How long does it take for you to edit a standard video? So I would say that it takes around, on average, maybe a few hours of planning depending on the video, 2 or 3 to 5 hours of filming depending on the video, and then editing normally takes me at least around an hour to just do the plain editing, and then another hour or so to do all the extra uploading and all crazy stuff like that. Whereas on a more complex video, like the one that I made recently, it might take more like 2 or 3 hours, or the US Nationals video, it might take more like 30 hours. So yeah, it really depends, but normally a standard video would be like 2 hours or so. Here we go. If the WCA made the rule that only 10 of the 17 events could stay in, what 7 would you take out? Okay, that's kind of a interesting question. So we're narrowing down the WCA events into as few as possible. Let's see. So of course you have to keep 3x3. What about 2x2? I'm not sure about 2x2. Definitely 4x4, and I guess 5x5, but we'll chop out 6x6 and 7x7. I think one-handed is good enough to stay. It's pretty similar to 3x3, but not that bad. And then of course blind has got to stay. We can cut out multi-blind in 4 and 5 though. I don't think FMC is worth it. Pyraminx is a classic. What else is there? Skewb. I like Skewb, but yeah, I'll keep Skewb. Whatever. Megaminx for sure. Clock? No, not clock. And then I feel like I missed a few. There's square 1. I don't think we should keep square 1. I guess 2x2 since we have a few extra slots. And I feel like I'm missing something really important, but I cannot think of what it is. Let's see, 2x2, 3x3, 4x4, 5x5, Pyraminx, Skewb, Megaminx, blind, one-handed. No, I guess I'm not missing something. I guess throw like square one in there just to mix things up a little bit. I think... Okay, what tips could you give for starting out making videos, like on a cubing channel or whatever? In terms of like technical quality and things like that, I mean, your cell phone will probably work. Let's see. If you have a modern phone that's less than like 5 years old, then the video quality on that will be better than even what I started with. So that should work fine. Actually, the bigger thing in terms of technical quality is probably a microphone. So you can get a cheap microphone that plugs into your phone, or something a little bit higher end, like a Blue Snowball, which is like $35 or something, that you record on your computer. Audio is actually one of the bigger components. Makes even bigger of a difference than video in some cases. And decent lighting, of course. In terms of the actual like making videos, of course, coming up with good ideas is the biggest thing. As I was failing to say earlier, I guess the biggest thing when you're starting a channel is if you don't really have good ideas of your own, you kind of look to the other people whose videos you enjoy. Like when I started, I made a lot of videos that were similar to Me, Myself, and Pies. He was the cubing YouTuber that I watched back in the day, and Red KB, people like that. And I kind of started off by copying his style, doing videos on how to reassemble cubes. That was one of the things that got me popular, that I got from him. And then making a collection video, I think Red KB did that a long time ago. I just kind of started following other things that people had done, and then eventually figuring out what was popular, what wasn't, and just coming up with the craziest of ideas, things that people hadn't done before. That's the hard part, doing things like this and modding and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, the biggest thing, it's kind of hard to tell you how to make good ideas for your videos, because the whole point is that they have to be unique. People will watch things and enjoy things if they enjoy you and they enjoy the unique things that you're doing. So yeah, it's hard to give advice, but just kind of do it for a long time. I mean, I went a year before getting 100 subscribers. I went 3 months before getting my first subscriber. So yeah, just kind of a lot of trial and error is basically the biggest thing. Okay, I think we finally hit the end. Okay, I guess those were in a different order than I originally thought they were. So, I guess we will move on to Cuber's Live right now. We're about 30 minutes in. So, if you haven't been here already, cuberslive.com is a website where you can all get in an online room together, and then you all get the same 3x3 scramble, and it's like a normal timer. You hit the space bar, start inspection, do your solve, and then it'll all compare you against each other. So, if we go ahead and switch over to, where is it? This view right here. This is the website, and what I can go ahead and do is hit new session. It'll pop up this right here. I'm gonna grab my keyboard, and we are going to type in Z3Cubing Livestream. There we go. The password will be, I don't know, can we make it just Z3? No capitals, just Z and a 3. Session type 3x3. Allow spectators, sure. Create. Don't do that. Okay, so go ahead and go to cuberslive.com. I think you have to make an account. And go to the Z3Cubing Livestream room. Looks like another person is in there. And the password is just lowercase z and 3. All right, we got all sorts of people in here. Cool. So once we got most of the people in here, I will go ahead and start it. Oh, there we go. They're all joining. And we also have our above camera view right here. I can get these letters out of the way like that. There we go. I can turn on my timer. And I think it actually allows you to connect your stack mat to your computer using this cable I have here. So it should actually translate to that automatically. So let's see, how many people do we have? We have a little chat room in here too. That's cool. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of people. Looks like we have a couple dozen at this point. I'm going to give you like 1 more minute to join, and then we will go ahead and begin. What are people saying in the chat? Recommendations on how to memorize algorithms. I made a video on that a few years ago, but I think a lot of the advice I gave in that video still applies. So look up how to memorize algorithms on my channel. That's a good video. What's the password? Okay, if you missed it, the password is lowercase z and 3, just 2 letters, Z3. Which is better, the X-Man or Moyu Aoyan Skewb? The X-Man, the grip is kind of cool. I like the grip better than on the Aoyan, but the actual turning of the Aoyan is better, so I prefer it. The GAN Skewb might be a better option, but I haven't tried it yet, so we'll have to see. Also, I have right here my little tiny cube that I super glued back together, so it's no longer functional, but it exists. All right, so I think it's everybody's saying, what is the website? The website is called cuberslive.com. Password is Z3, just lowercase Z3. We are going to begin. I'm a little bit nervous. I haven't done a 3x3 solve live for a while. So we're going to hit this button right here, and it should generate a scramble. Maybe? Maybe not? Did I hit it? Okay, when I tried it out, I could hit this button right here, and it would generate a scramble. Doesn't look like it's working. That's a bit of a problem. Is anybody else getting a scramble? I have no idea why it's doing that. Session settings. That all looks correct. Scramble. No scrambles found. Hit next to create one. Well, I'm hitting next, and no scrambles are being created. I guess we refresh the page. Technical difficulties as always. Welcome to the session. Wait, what? Why is there no one here now? Cubers Live Home. There's no sessions. Tell me we didn't crash the website. It's still loading, so I wonder if maybe the website is... Oh, people are saying that they got scrambles? I think we crashed the site. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. It looks like the website is still working, but maybe the servers that run the actual rooms are down. So yeah, good job. We had enough people that they weren't expecting that we might have crashed it. Oops. So let's instead go to the blank session right here, which isn't actually live, but we can still generate scrambles and stuff. And let's do a fake online competition where you guys can't actually join, but you can still do it anyway. So that is our first scramble right here. We're going to be improvising this here. Everyone can do the scramble on your cube, start your timer, and just leave the time that you get in the chat on the live stream. That will be our improvised solution until we can come up with something better. Maybe the website will come back up. Oops. Okay, so start some inspection. All right, and begin in 3, 2, 1, go. Doing live 3x3 solves is always fun. Here we go. And APERM. 14.707. And yeah, the timer did pop up on screen, I believe. So that is cool. So I'm gonna wait about a minute for everybody to do the scramble and post all your times in the YouTube chat, and we'll see what you got. It's blurry, can't see scramble. Ooh, I can make it a little bit bigger if you want. Yeah, the live stream might not be super high resolution. Hopefully that should be a little bit bigger for you guys. Does that help? 3.28 seconds, first solve in a while. I believe that. Can you guys all see the scramble now? Yeah, it looks like you guys. Going. Got 11.42, 20.92, 5.76, 9.74, 11.75, 17.45. Oh, there's too many to look. 15.86, 15.85. Looks like I beat maybe about half the people in here. It's pretty good. Okay, and let's move on to the next scramble. I think this website will at least keep track of my own average because I'm here. Okay, D prime, D. I have been practicing 3x3 more than usual, at least more than usual when there's not a competition coming up. So I think I will average sub 15, fingers crossed. Let's do some inspection. We have the next scramble up. Go ahead and scramble your cube. Do the solve, put your time in chat. 3, 2, 1, go. Go. It's really hard to commentate and say anything while you're doing a solve. Messing me up already. And Z-perm. Oh, I can't do a Z-perm. What is a Z-perm? Oh, there we go. 18.62. Messed up my PLL. I hope more of you guys beat me on that one. 30.58. 56.78. 31. 492. I believe that. 22.2. 31. 31. 31. 31. Oh, it's the same person. Yeah, I guess there's a bit of a delay, so I have to wait a little while before you guys are able to see the scramble and do your own solves. Some of them are coming in. 16.86, 10.62. People are saying stop lying about your times. Yeah, if I see a bunch of solves that are like 5 point something, I'm pretty much ignoring them because I don't think anybody watching this channel is that fast. 19.77, 19.39, 59 something something. 16.54, 22.95. Oh, everything is pouring in. People are getting their times. 14. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on to the next solve. We'll do average of 5 or so. Maybe move on to a different puzzle. As I was saying, when it comes to 3x3, oh, I think I might have done that scramble wrong. Is that right? Oh, no, we're good. Okay. When it comes to 3x3, yeah, I've been practicing quite a bit more. I actually went through and relearned a lot of my PLLs. I'll show you that in a second. Here we go. Wait, no, this is the same scramble as last time. I'm an idiot. I forgot to hit the next button. Okay, so let's just finish solving. Here, maybe we can get a better time than we did last time. Oh, I'm doing the exact same solve, but I can't. Nope, I messed up my Z-perm again. Here, I'm talking about how I fixed all my PLLs, and I can do my PLLs faster, except I mess up a Z-perm 2 times in a row. 30! Okay, we're ignoring that one. Next. Okay, I made sure we have a new scramble this time. There we go. All right, actual new scramble. Do that on your cube and see how fast we can go. And go. So much to think about while you're doing F2L. Look ahead and all. It's really hard to be saying anything. Ooh, that was a pretty good one, 13.2. That's like, basically if my solves go well in a way that like, I don't mess up look ahead, I have everything pretty fluid, don't mess up my algs or anything, then it ends up being around 13, 14, maybe something like that. But yeah, a lot of times I mess things up and end up 15, 16. So I'm going to give it about another 30 seconds for people to get their solves in. Oh yeah, as I was saying, I learned a lot of new PLLs, so I can do G-perms like this without like, oh, that was wrong. And then like this, wait, that was the one I just did. And then like this. All the RUD G-perms is what I've been working on mostly. As well as a few other ones like new R-perms that I haven't used before. And that, as well as an N-perm, which I think I already forgot. There's also this one. And yeah, things like that. Those are a lot of fun. What is this one? Back to R-perm. But yeah, I found that I was basically messing up my PLLs a lot of the time. Like the G-perms, I was just doing really slow. So I just kind of looked through all of the algorithms, my PLL algorithms, saw which ones I was doing the slowest, and learned new algorithms for them, and learned how to do better finger tricks and all that. And I think it's actually helped me to get a little bit faster. So that's a new scramble on the screen right there. So go ahead and do some inspection. And 3, 2, 1, go. Cross is still a bit of a struggle for me. Just like going from a cross solution into look ahead into F2L is just a struggle. And recognition on some of these PLLs is kind of awful. I don't know what I'm doing. I failed. What cube are you using? The GAN 11M Pro. What's your best time? On a 3x3, around 9 point something. The Cuber Live website is back up and running. Copy and paste it a million times. Cool. Let's go ahead and try it. I have to resolve my 3x3 because I failed my algorithms under pressure again. Let's see if we can get an actual live room going. So go back to home. Yeah. Z3, somebody else created a Z3Cubing live stream. New session. Z3 live stream. I can spell. Is it possible to make one without a password? I think that would be easier. To create, password cannot be empty. Oops. Well, I guess that's the answer. So the password is lowercase z3, just two characters, z3, on cuberslive.com. Maybe I should stop telling people the password so that not enough people join to crash it again. Oh, did it work? Did I hit enter? Did I hit close? Create. Are you sure the website's back up again? It looks like pretty broken to me. Oh, wait. Now the one that I created is down here. Enter. Nope, pretty sure it's still broken. That's a bit unfortunate. Okay, let's go back to doing normal solves. For real this time, let's try doing an average of 5. We'll actually focus a little bit more and try and see what our average of 5 will be. So everybody open up your timer app, get your cube out, and do all the scrambles that I show you, and we will compete for an average of 5. See who gets the best one. So we're going to hit next. Oh, now the scramble on the solo one's broken too. Do I need to refresh? Is that the problem? Oh, no, the more I go, just the more things disappear from the website. First the scramble disappeared, then the cube over here disappeared. Here, let me just... give me a minute while I work out some technical difficulties. Let's open up a different timer. Here, CS timer. That one's not gonna break. Okay. And then we will do Control Plus to make the scramble bigger. Oh, that doesn't make the scramble bigger. How do we make the scramble bigger? Settings. Scramble size bigger. There we go. Just make it really big. Okay. All right. Let's try this for about the 3rd time. Let's go back to that one. Oh, you guys can't see that. Where is my mouse? Here we go. There we go. So we're competing for an average of 5. We're using CS timer. Just go ahead and get your cubes out. Do these scrambles on the cube. Open up your timer. See what your average of 5 is. And yeah, we'll do 5 solves. See who wins. Cuberslive.com, I guess, didn't work out so well. I think we crashed their servers or something. So let's go ahead and do our first scramble here. There we go. That one works with the nice inspection thing on the stack mat. Okay, this one's going to be a fast one. I'm going to focus though. And 15.8. Okay, not terrible, but not great. In the meantime, let's answer a few questions. What method do you use for 3x3? Just basic CFOP, just normal cross F2L, full OLL, and full PLL. What is the website called? Yeah, we were going to use cuberslive.com, but it kind of broke. So now I'm just on CS Timer. You guys can do the scrambles along with me and see what your average of 5 is. So go ahead and put your time in the chat. And then once we get to 5, we can see who won. I'll give you 30 more seconds to do this scramble. What's your main 4x4? I believe it is the Volk 4 right here. I have all my mains and PBs and stuff like that on a Google spreadsheet on the About page on my channel. I got a 15.81. Wow, you tied me. Good job. Mine is 15.810, so I probably beat you. How long have you been cubing? Started cubing, let's see, 2010 when I was 8 years old. Stopped for a little while, then started again with my channel in 2014-ish. Can you solve the square one? Yes, I can. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next scramble here. Oh, actually, it's on screen. So yeah, hopefully you guys have had time to do that scramble, and then I will do it, and then the next one will appear. Here we go. Okay. Cross is always a struggle. $16.28. Yeah, not that great. I got a 3. Is your cat better at 1x1? I don't know. I don't know if she's improved a whole lot. Try using cubing time for the live stream. I think that might be the one that we tried to use last time. I don't know. One of the last live streams I did, we tried using a different website. That one, it sounds like it was that one, and it definitely didn't work. I don't know if we crashed it or what. What's your main? My main 3x3 is the GAN 11M Pro. It's really good. We need slow mode on chat. Is that a thing that you can do? I don't know how to do that. All right, we'll move on to the next scramble here. You guys can go ahead and do the scrambles ahead of me because it automatically switches to the next one as soon as you do your next solve. I think I did that scramble subtly wrong, but I'm gonna go with it anyway. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay. $15.42. That one was going to be pretty good. Messed up a little on the last layer. Yeah. Lesson of the story is that I always mess up when I'm on stream, I guess. What is the best non-WCA speed cube? What is a non-WCA speed cube? I mean, what's the point in speed cubing if it's non-WCA? I don't really have, I mean, I have a bunch of cubes on my table here, but I think most of them are definitely WCA. The only non-WCA would be an 8x8, and this thing. It's not much of a speed cube though. Okay, let's move on to the next one. I saw someone in chat say, do you have the GAN robot? No, but it looks really cool. Do you think I should get one of those? Basically like a thing that certain GAN cubes fit into, and it like solves the cube for you. Pretty cool looking. 15.44. Yeah, I guess I'm still averaging around 15 on stream apparently. Do you use intuitive F2L? I mean, it's pretty intuitive to me. I started out using just intuitive everything, and then over time looked at different cases and figured out what was inefficient and just learned the most efficient things for everything. I mean, not the most efficient, but best ones that I know. I think sticker mods are great speed cubes. Yeah, I guess if you had a 3x3 with different stickers on it, that could count as a non-WCA cube, and also a speed cube. Looks like most of the people on here are getting around 20s and things like that, so we'll go ahead and move on to the next scramble here. Here we go. And okay. 3, 2, 1, and go. Oh. Cross. I always have like a good plan of what I'm gonna do, and then it just never works out. I'm like trying to look ahead, trying to do the cross, and then everything just ends up slower. There's my new R-perm. Wow, I'm getting slower and slower. How can I get faster? Practice. Use CS Timer Plus. I don't know what CS Timer Plus is. Is that a different website? Can we do 2x2 after? Maybe. Maybe a little bit of 2x2. How to... what's the best way to learn new algs? I mentioned this earlier, but I have actually made a video on that a few years ago. It's not a great video, but it probably has some useful advice. I think we are... Oh, that was 5 solves. Okay, my average of 5 is 15.82. So type in chat, average of 5 is whatever. Someone says 42.75, 15.6. Oh, you beat me barely. 13.16. Yeah, okay. What are your goals for 2021? Hopefully go to more competitions than last year. I actually went to 2 competitions in 2020. Yeah, before, at the beginning of the year, January, February, I think they were. But yeah, hopefully, oh, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. I think that's fine. Okay, let's move on to something other than 2x3. I saw somebody say 2x2. Let's do a quick average of 5 on 2x2. It should be really fast. Okay, so the timer's, the scramble's gonna appear on screen. You guys can do the solve really quick, and then I'll do the solve. It'll move to a new scramble, and we'll repeat that 5 times. Someone says Cubers Live is back up. We'll try that after this. Okay, so scramble. That's how you do it. Is that right? There we go. Haven't done 2x2 in a long time. I think if I hold it like this, it'll be good. 5.76, that wasn't great. A lot of pauses, but not terrible. Solve the 3x3 cube blindfolded. I think we tried to do a 3x3 solve during a live stream once, and it went absolutely terribly, so I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't have my 2x2 right now. Just take a 3x3 and look only at the corners, right? It's perfect. No, that sounds like a pain. 6.61, 5.04, 8.03, 7.38. Cool. Okay, we're moving on to the next one now. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. 4.81. That's a little bit better. I think my official average is something like 3, high 3, low 4-ish. But I haven't practiced 2x2 since probably my last competition. Okay, we're gonna go a little bit faster now. We gotta get through these solves. I'll give you 10 more seconds. People are still telling me to solve a 3x3 blindfolded. Eh. Let's do 3x3. We might get back to 3x3 at some point. There's just so many people scrolling down the chat that it's hard to tell what's going on. Okay, next scramble. There we go, and let's do it like that, I guess. Oh, this is gonna be fast. 3.85. That was a pretty good solve. Okay, I'm gonna give you 30 seconds to do that scramble, and then we'll move on to the next one. And oh, it looks like I actually have some. Oh, it's using the 3x3 times as part of my average of 5. That's why. So we can ignore those. Do a 4x4 blindfolded. I already said I'm not doing a 3x3 blindfolded. 4x4 is just another level. I did that one time. It was insane. You should watch that video if you haven't already seen it. But yeah, memorizing an entire 4x4 and then solving it, not easy. The method's not that bad if you've already done 3x3 blindfolded. It's just a few algorithms to remember. I don't remember them anymore, but just the memorizing the sheer number of letters and stuff is just kind of insane. Okay. Can we do pyraminx? Yeah, maybe. We'll do that later. I think we have one more solve to finish off the average of 5. Some of you guys should be finishing up already. And this is not a very nice looking scramble. We gotta figure out something we can do on here. That's gonna mess everything up. How about that? That'll work. Okay. Oh, I did it wrong. Meh. Okay. Figured out exactly what I was gonna do and then I did it wrong, of course. 7.2, so our average is 5.95. Again, not that great, but yeah, again, too long to memorize. I think if I started trying to solve a 4x4 blindfolded right now, it would be until the end of the stream, until I finished, and it would most definitely be a DNF. Turn slow mode on. I don't know how to do slow mode. Can you tell me how to do it? Settings. I don't see any option for that, unless I'm just blind. So people's averages on 2x2 are 4.29. I can't tell if people are doing their singles or averages. 4.99, 6.16. A lot of people beating me. 6.34, 11.4. All right. People are saying Cuber's Live is back up. Let's try it. I guess we got to get in quick so that before everything crashes. Maybe I just won't tell people what the password was so that if anybody's new here, they won't get in and crash everything. Okay. There's actually a bunch of Z3Cubing live streams now. So we're just going to use the top one on my screen. Enter session. Oh yeah, we got a lot of people in here. Okay, let's do it. So you should be able to see the scramble on screen there. And before everything breaks, this should work. We should be able to do this. Have people already done their solves on here? Maybe, maybe not. Okay. 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Had a really good F2L setup there, and then did it wrong. 15.67. So it looks like that'll pop up right here for my time under solve 1. And then, oh yeah, if we go another over here, we have a bunch of people getting 1 second solves somehow. Got a 28, that looks real. 0.56. 5 seconds, 2 seconds, 6 seconds, 1 second. Wow, you guys are all so fast now. I know some people on here probably don't know how the heck you get to this point, but I said so earlier in the stream, and I'm afraid that if we add too many more people in here, then everything might crash. So you can always just do the scramble on screen, but I'm afraid to tell you more people how to get on here. So let's go to the next scramble. Looks like it's working. Okay. And that one looks all right. Let's do it like this. My look ahead's not doing very well on stream. Trying to think about all the things that's happening. What is your Yodaminx average? Do they make a Yodaminx? Yodaminx is above Examinx, isn't it? So no, they don't. Looks like we got some more people. Someone got, oh, they're changing their thing in real time to a DNF. Wait, why? Okay, so people are just now getting the second solve in. So why is everybody getting the same time? Is that how this works? Oh wait, this is best time. This is first, second, average of 5. Okay, I get it. Or maybe, I don't know what this one is. Can you do this pattern on a 3x3 cube? Somebody is spamming this in chat. Let's do it. Oh, did I do this wrong? It looks like I did it right, because it got back to being almost solved. That is a very strange looking pattern. I think I did something slightly wrong. If I don't know, maybe that's right. Is that right? It's glitching, it's crashing, says somebody. I don't know how to undo this, so I'm just gonna scramble it like this. Next. It looks like it's still working for me, so I don't know. The times looked a little bit weird on there, but maybe it still works. I don't know. Here we go. We'll just keep going on this until it breaks again. And 15.35. That was one of my newer G-perms on there. Looks like, yeah, it looks like it's working for me. I don't know, it doesn't look like there's many other people in here. There's one person. This person looks like they're doing some real solves. This person, yeah, there's a few of them in there. This person's getting 0.6 second solves. Nice, nice. Yeah, it looks like we got about like 50 people or so in here. And it looks like it is marginally somewhat working. So yeah, we've done 3 solves. Let's try and do an average of 5 and see if that works. So we'll wait a little bit longer and then go on to the next scramble. And then after this, we will move on to something a little bit different. All right, let's go to the next scramble. All right. This one's gonna be good. Gonna be decent at least. 13.19. Not bad, not bad. There's a lot of people spamming. I probably need to get some moderators in here. You know what? Let's mute some people. That'll be fun. You look like you need to be muted. I think I hit the right one. There we go. You look like you need to be muted. There we go. You look like you need to be muted. This is fun. Okay, let's go on to the next solve here. Next. R2. Okay. Not a great one. 15.34. If you guys want to ask more questions in the chat, I can do some more of that as we do this. Skewb. It's probably the same person saying Skewb, but I guess we'll do Skewb. It looks like we've done a total of 5 solves on here so far. So let's check out the averages. I got an average of 15.46, not terrible. This person got an average of 18.24. Not bad. 25, 16, 13, you beat me. Oh, 1 second. Oh, world record. And then 18, 16. Yeah, a lot of people, looks like average pretty similar to me. 18. A lot of people missed a few solves or all of them. DNF average, nice. All right. So I'm going to move back to CS Timer here. I'm going to go to some random other puzzle like this one. And then if you guys want, you can go ahead and leave questions and stuff in the chat. And I will slowly try and answer those in the midst of my Skewb solving. That's what we're going to do right now. So do the scramble on your cube, solve the cube on your timer. We'll do 5 solves. You can see what your average of 5 is. And yeah, and then I'll do the solve after you, and then I'll change to the next scramble. And you can do your next one. How much time did it take you to do your latest video? That's a good question. I kind of rushed that one out, actually. I did most of the scripting and stuff like that, because that one did require a lot of scripting on one day, 2 days before I released it, and then I filmed everything and did all the editing like late in the night on the day before I released it. It was probably around like 10 hours on that day and a number of hours beforehand. Yeah, the editing did take quite a while on that one. That's a good question. Leave more questions like that. So we're gonna do Skewb. I haven't done Skewb forever. Why am I doing so terribly? 7.9, of course. What is your PB on Skewb? Single, probably like a 2 point something. Average, probably like a 4 point something. What are your top 5 favorite puzzles? Hey, I made a video like that. The only difference would probably be my favorite is this one. I don't know, this one might go somewhere on the list. 13 by 13 and crazy master morphics, things like that. Let's go on to the next one. I think I remember how to solve a Skewb fast. Maybe 6.7, maybe not. I don't know if I've been to a competition where I've done well at Skewb for years now. Say my name. It's gone. I don't know what your name is. Can Adam do another unboxing? I mean, he did that one this year. He lives in a different country, so not immediately, but maybe at some other point in time. I think that video was pretty popular. Should I enter a competition if I probably can't make the cutoff? I mean, by the time the competition comes around, you can improve enough to be a little bit closer to the cutoff. Yeah, it's not a huge deal if you like miss the cutoff by a little bit. Let's do another Skewb solve. How do you do this one? Like this. Yeah, it turns out I'm not great at Skewb anymore. 6 by 6. Oh gosh. I guess I could do 6 by 6. That would take maybe like one solve, Pyraminx. Yeah, we'll see. How to join. So we're not doing the live Cubers live thing anymore because it kept crashing, and I think it did actually work for a while, but I don't know. We crashed it. People wasn't working super well, so oh well. We're just doing CS timer right now. Just doing it out by myself, and you guys can copy the scrambles and see what your average is if you want. I don't remember half these cases anymore. Oh, I still did that one right, but then we get a Z perm. How to donate. I'm not sure if that's enabled right now. I imagine it's probably not, since I haven't seen any. But yeah, don't feel the need to do that. How long is the stream going to be? We're going to go for another, 45 minutes to 12 o'clock for me. How can I join the competition? Again, we're not doing it live. It's just kind of informal in chat. You guys can do the scrambles if you want and leave what your average of 5 is at the end. What's your favorite video you've made? That's a good question. I've probably answered this a few times before, but the one that I've probably spent the most work editing and doing things like that would probably be my Nationals video. Go back to US Nationals 2019. That's a pretty good video. It's actually one of the types of videos on my channel that I could easily go back and watch and enjoy. Whereas a lot of them, I spent so much time on them that I can't really enjoy watching anymore. But that one's really good. 6.0, not terrible, not great. A lot of people are repeating the same questions over and over again that are difficult to look around. Are we at 5 solves? Oh, we're at 5 solves. Okay. People's times. Yeah. Looks like I got a 7.34 average of 5. That's pretty depressing. Did I really get a 10-second solve on Skewb? I might have gotten a +2 or something. No, that was a Z perm. I just didn't even look at my time. What shall we do? Should we go back to Cubers Live? Let's try it. I'm gonna have to switch out of here for a second. You know what? I have an idea. Timer. Instead of making my own room, because I think we already have 3 of them, let's go to a different room. So let's go to this guy who says the password is 123. We'll type in 123. Let's join him. We got 3 people in here already. Hope we don't crash this room, but we might. This is cuberslive.com, by the way, if you're wondering. I don't know what I'm doing. That was not a great solve. Feel free and leave lots of questions in your chat if you want. What is this called? This is called cuberslive.com. Looks like we got a few people in here. Looks like they've been going for a while, actually. I just joined on solve number 7 or something like that. Is this the scramble I just did? It's crashed. Everyone's saying that it crashed again. Great. Yeah, it's definitely not working anymore. Okay, back to CS timer. Let's choose another puzzle. Everybody vote in the chat to see what cube you want to do. We can do Megaminx or Pyraminx or 4x4. That would be a fun one, actually. Can you do hexaminx? I do have a hexaminx. I can solve it. It crashed. It crashed. Yep. Solve a 9x9. Do you really want me to solve a 9x9? We'd be here till like the end of the stream. Can we do clock? Clock! Yes, I'm doing clock. Clock. Clock it is. You are 3. I'm not exactly sure how to scramble clock using this scheme, but yeah, you know what? I'm just doing a random scramble. A lot of people are saying pyraminx, so we'll do pyraminx after this. We'll do a few clock solves, and then we'll do pyraminx. And then 4x4 maybe. A lot of people are saying that too. Here we go. Clock spection. And let's go like this. I've done this in a while. The chi clock is so good. I love it. I did that wrong. Oh, I got a DNF. That was a 14.6, but I somehow managed to mess that one up. Oops, okay. Well, we'll ignore that. We'll call it a 14.6. Let's just very quickly go through an average of 5 on clock. It'll take a few minutes, but we'll move to something else. I don't have a clock. I don't have a clock. Okay, maybe we'll do like an average of 3 on clock. We'll get it out of the way pretty quickly. I just want to do a few clock solves because it's funny. $13.2. Wow, I feel like I'm doing really bad right now, but in reality, I normally average around 14, 15, whereas I'm doing pretty well. I guess I haven't done like any really like timed practice on the chi clock. It's just actually really, really good. What event would you like to get the record in? National, Continental, World, the most? I mean, I guess 3x3 is the easy answer. Which one would be most likely? I mean, the easiest, starting from nothing, to be able to get a really good time on would be something like pyraminx or Skewb, probably. Maybe 2x2. 2x2 is pretty hard. Yeah, let's do a couple more clock solves and we'll move on to something more fun. Oh, should we do like a relay? We can do like a 2 through 5 relay or something like that. Would that be fun? Okay. That's enough clock for today. Let's see, I have a 2x2, I have a 3x3, a 4x4, and a 5x5. Shall we do a mega relay on all of these? I think that should be fun. Can we do it everyone? People are saying pyraminx. We'll do pyraminx after this. Yeah, let's do a relay. So I'm going to open up a scramble for 2x2. If you guys want to get out a 2x2 through 5x5, do that really quick. You can use the same scrambles as me if you want. So this is the one for the 2x2. Go ahead and do that real quick. And then I'm putting it away in about 10 seconds. Oops. Okay, now we're moving on to 3x3. Go ahead and do that scramble. Oops. Did I do that right? Yeah. Do square one, do square one. Okay, so here are the puzzles that we still need to do after this. We need to do a square one, I guess. I'll do like 2 solves. We need to do a pyraminx. X-Man is pretty nice. There's a hair in it. Meh. There we go. Megaminx maybe. And I think that's pretty much everything. Okay, I'm moving on to the 4x4 scramble. All right. I'll give you a second to do that, and then we'll move on to the 5x5 scramble. Say yeet ball. Yeet ball. I don't have it with me right now. It's a pretty fun puzzle, though. Someone is saying GAN or Volk. I mean, GAN 3x3s are the best, I guess, even though they're expensive. But Volk I use for, I mean, a 3x3 is pretty good. I use for 2x2, 4x4, 5x5, and even a few of the ones like, well, I guess that's all of the Volk puzzles, but then X-Man makes pretty good ones too, which is kind of the same company. And on to 5x5. So I'm going to do the scramble here, and then you guys should have gotten all the scrambles at that point. And then we're going to do an entire 2 through 5 relay, put the times in chat when you're done with it. And yeah, I think I'm going to try and actually focus and do well. But that's what I've said on all these solves so far, and I haven't been doing so well. So we'll see what happens. All right, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, inspection. That's a nice 2x2 scramble, kinda. I guess I can do that. And then 3x3, I can do that. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. I remember how to solve 2x2, don't I? Where's the other piece? There it is. Okay. There we go. Onto the 4x4. Where are the pieces? There we go. Going pretty well. I hate this part of 4x4. Matching all these pieces up, the right color scheme. There we go, and then on to centers. There we go. There we go. Take that out. That in. That in. Oh, this is going pretty well, actually. This is going to be a pretty good time. Oh no, that's a pop. No. No. It's solved. On to the 5x5. I'll give myself like a 15-second penalty. I think that's how much further I had on that solve. I don't know. I've never had a crazy pop like that in a 4x4. I guess the internal pieces kind of jump out every once in a while. But yeah, maybe I should tighten it a little bit. I guess I did set it up recently, so I probably got the tensions just a little bit wrong, which is probably why that happened. That was pretty sad, though. I do enjoy 4x4 quite a bit. Probably my favorite bigger cube than a 3x3. 5x5, not so much, but we'll do it. Why did I choose that one? There we go. Nope, wrong way. Where's that one? I don't know. There we go. Did I just twist a corner? I think I might have twisted a corner on my 5x5. I don't know if I've ever done that before. That's wrong. Not great with 5x5 look ahead, but it's okay. Let's go. And that's annoying. Where is that piece? Yeah, it's probably a pretty slow 5x5 time. But here we go, we got parity. I have no reference for how fast a 2 through 5 relay should be. Oh my gosh, I didn't finish my solve my edges somehow. What the heck? I messed up my edges again. Oh my gosh. I must have done something wrong multiple times and not realized it. Oh, I did twist the corner. Gosh. 353.9 plus a little while on this 4x4. That was a bit of a failure. I kind of enjoyed that though. I wish I could have finished that. I know the 5x5 solve wasn't very good. Maybe if we come back later, we can finish up that 4x4. Just move that out of the way for now. Let's go to something like Pyraminx. I know everybody's saying they wanted to do Pyraminx. Let me know in the chat what you got on that relay, by the way. I'm sure a lot of you guys will be able to beat me. 500 bucks? Wait, what? Are those dollars? So, is that real? Okay, so somebody named Fisha King Sloth gave $500. Is that real? He says buy a 999 times 999 by 999. Also, congrats on 300K. Wow. Okay. Well, you just won the live stream. Good job. You're amazing. Do you have a suggestion for what event we should do? Or just anything? Is he in chat? Okay, let's do Pyraminx for a little while. Wow, okay. I'm gonna do one flip because I'm not that great at, what's it called? V first. L for E. Man, this Pyraminx is good. I haven't used it for a while. That was bad. Is that person in chat anywhere? I don't see him. Okay, well, let's move on to some more Pyraminx, I guess. You guys let me know what average of 5 you get in the end. I'm sure it'll be better than me because I am not very in practice mode on the Pyraminx. Okay, this one will be pretty fast though. Watch this. That was a +2. That would have been really good. 3.71. I pretty much had the whole solution in my head. I don't think we're getting any better than that. Braden, I don't know how to say your last name. Braden Wharton. I know who you are from Colorado Cubing competitions. Hey Z3, I came in pretty late to the stream. Just wanted to say congrats on 300K. Yeah, awesome. $5, by the way. RBU. What's your... What's the first puzzle that you ever solved? I don't know if I solved anything other than a 3x3 originally. It would have been a 3x3 that I that my dad had from like the 80s or whatever, that I used a tutorial from a book to solve. That probably would have been my first one. I don't think I had anything other than a 3x3 at that point. Somebody said they got 9 minutes for the entire 2x2 through 5x5 relay. Wow, you really kept with that. Nice. Moyu or Yushin. I mean, Moyu is a bigger company. They have a lot more different variety of puzzles that are really good, even though a lot of the Yushin puzzles are also pretty good. Gan or Moyu. I think I already said that, or Gan or Bulk or whatever. Again, Gan just makes mostly 3x3s, although they have been making some more recently. I'm going to get my hands on some of those. Whereas Moyu is a lot more diverse, and they have some really good high-end cubes too. The Weilong WRM 2020 is really good. I think we do it like that. That was less terrible than normal. That's 5 solves. I got a 7 average. That's so bad. So bad for me. I haven't, like, this is probably close to my average when I'm practicing. What's your 7x7 main? I think that one is this one. This is the Yushin Haze 7M. Nice 7x7. Magnetic and all that. It's expensive. I think I also have, this one is from YJ or something, and I think it's also magnetic and pretty good too. So that would probably be the best, like, more budget option. Probably like 20 bucks or something like that. Do you do clock? I did clock earlier in the stream. I'm not going back to that because it didn't turn out that well. People have been saying square one. That's one of the few I haven't done yet, so we will suffer through that for a little bit. Average is 7.83. Oh, I beat you by like 0.1 of a second. Nice. 13, 16. Meilong or Weilong? Weilong WRM 2020. It's better than the Meilong. Which budget 4x4 should I buy? I don't really know a whole lot about budget 4x4s. For a magnetic one, I'm sure... Oh, Chi-Yi, the MS 4x4 is pretty decent, I think. I mean, that's probably the cheapest magnetic 4x4 that I own. But yeah, I think it's pretty good. Something like a Meilong would be ridiculously cheap, but not magnetic. So, I mean, pretty much look up a cheap magnetic 4x4, and it'll probably be pretty good. Let's go to square one, because I just want to suffer, apparently. There we go. 2... Oh, I already did something wrong. I scrambled square one out of competition one, so that was not fun. Something like that. I kept messing it up because for some reason the scrambler that I used on my computer normally at home, it would always, at the end of the last set of numbers, it would always have a slash, so you would always end off by doing a move like that. And so just without even thinking about it, I always just did the slash at the end of the scramble, and then I could not figure out why it did not match the picture. Looks like it gave us like the easiest possible cube shape, so that's at least a plus. Not really much to inspect besides that. Main 5x5, someone asked, it's a bulk. Haven't done one of these since my last competition. I think I remember how to do most of these cases though. Not that one. Oh, yeah, I did get that one right. Okay. And Z-perm. Oh, how do you do a Z-perm? Is it like this? Yeah, no parity, easy cube shape. Wow, 31.66. That's actually really good for me. That's like around my official average, or probably even faster. Do you like big cubes? Yeah, I mean, 4x4, 5x5 are all right. 6x6, it just gets a little bit repetitive and long. I don't want to undo the 0. I'm just gonna keep it like that. Do a mini Guilford relay. I don't know what the cubes are actually to do that. I know it's like probably 2 through 4 or 5 and a few others, but I don't know what they are. Plus my 4x4 is kind of broken. What's your main Megaminx? Oh, that's another one that we haven't done. Okay, so since I have a good time going on the square one, let's just do some more solves until we get some terrible times. 4. There we go. Yeah, let's do an average on square one until it gets terrible. Is what we will try and do. 5, -5, 4, -3, 3. Oh, there we go. I think I did that scramble, right? Yeah, it looks right. Oh, I did it upside down. Whatever. Go. Oh, cube shape, cube shape. How do I cube shape? This one looks, actually, I think I know how to do this. Yeah, like that. And like that, like that. I haven't done these for like almost a year at this point, but I still can muscle memory most of these. Looks like we have parity on both sides, which means we can do that. Yeah! And then a U-perm. Yeah! Even though I don't know what the heck I'm doing, I got another low 30. That's really good for me, actually. If you have any better, any good questions, you can leave those in the comments. Any ways to make a cube less loud? I mean, lubrication could help a little bit. The bigger thing is just buying a quiet cube if you really need that. Something like a Diane cube is actually, can be really quiet, like the Diane Guhong V4. I need to get an unmodified version of this because I think it was a pretty quiet cube to begin with. And I think the one that came before that Diane made, was actually even quieter. Somebody said something about eating cubes, but I kind of lost it. Somebody's still saying, what is your main 5x5? I'm pretty sure I answered that, the Volk. Jermaine 3x3, gain 11M Pro. Okay, let's move on to the next square one scramble because apparently we're doing good in square one for some reason. Go 3, 6, 5, 4, 2, 1, 6. All right, inspection. That's also a really easy cube shape scramble, so we're gonna be doing pretty good on this one, hopefully. Blech. Getting like the easiest square one solves possible. It is amazing. Except I don't know how to do this part. No, I did that wrong. Here, it's like this, but I'm gonna give myself a U-perm. Okay, I was trying to skip having to do a U-perm there, but I forgot the moves that you had to do. Oh, and then I did that wrong. Yeah, see, this is why I don't do square one. And we get parity. Still remember that one, that's good. Then another U-perm. 50. Okay, this is why we have an average of 5. The worst and the best are taken out, so it's okay. We can keep going. Again, questions in the chat. I will try and get to those. Oh, it's 11:40 already, so we got 20 more minutes. I think there's one more cube on my table that I haven't done yet, which is Megaminx. So I guess we'll do that after we finish this square one average. And then I guess that's pretty much the end. Can you make a ghost cube tutorial? The ghost cube is really hard. I don't know if I could make a tutorial. It's kind of just mess around with things until it works. Like you have to have experience with something like a Master Morphix or an Axis cube, something that just has shapes of pieces for the most part. Obviously like the super cube centers and all that, but then you just mess around with pieces until you find one that fit. I don't really have much more of a strategy than that other than just memorizing where the pieces go. This is not as nice of a cube shape as before. At least I don't know how to do it quickly. So let's just see what happens. Still doing pretty well. That's a parity. So I'm just going to undo that and hope that the other side doesn't have parity. And oh, it does have parity. Oh gosh, how do you do parity? No, I did it wrong. That's the end of square one. On to Megaminx. There we go. Oh, Megaminx scrambles are hilarious. In chat, people are saying Chi or Moyu. Somebody is just asking me to compare all of the different brands. Chi or Moyu, I would say, if you count like X-Man and Vulcan and all that, maybe Chi has a slight edge. What setup do you use for 3x3? I've found that just having very little lube in it works pretty nicely. You pretty much just wipe everything out and then add, oh yeah, adding a little bit of like heavier silicone in the tracks helps quite a bit, make it more like controllable, and then just something like Mythical Silk or some sort of faster lube. DNM 37 if it's too slow in the pieces, and it just very minimal setup, and it feels really nice. What type of camera do you use? I have all my camera and setup, all different stuff like that in the About page on my channel. It's a Canon camera, Rebel T7i. It was the new one a few years ago. DSLR. You don't need it to make videos. There's a lot of cheaper stuff out there. Mirror cube tutorial. I probably made one of those a long time ago. Again, it's kind of a similar thing with like a shape mod, except it's a little bit different. Match up the heights. It's kind of, I mean, I solved it intuitively the first time. I think it's a fun challenge to be able to solve one of those intuitively, and it doesn't really require much more knowledge other than just a 3x3, so yeah. I'm not going to make a tutorial probably, but I'm sure there's good ones out on YouTube. Banana. V-Cube or Moyu? Oh, I gotta say, V-Cube definitely beats Moyu. Okay, on to Megaminx. These scrambles are hilarious. Haven't done one for a while. Was that right? That was right. Cool. You make a tutorial on where the pieces on the ghost cube go. Again, it's just kind of hit or miss. I mean, I think it might actually depend on the ghost cube that you have. So the best strategy to kind of cheat on it, I guess, would be to look at a picture of the ghost cube that you have when it's solved and just kind of like figure out what piece you have and how it matches up to the one in the picture and what the pieces next to it look like. That's the best I can give you. V-Cube or GAN? I mean, V-Cube just wins all these comparisons, I think. V-Cube 6. Okay, let's do a Megaminx solve. Start some inspection. I haven't done this like forever. All the white pieces, of course, are on the opposite side of the cube. Great. And okay. Green, blue, and where's the last one? 10-second cross, not bad, not bad. Where's that piece? That's basically the definition of Megaminx. Where is that piece? Look ahead on this thing is just ridiculously difficult and crazy. Go, and that one. This is going not as bad as it could have gone until I get to the second layer and have no idea what to do. There we go. That piece over there somehow. Where's that one? There it is. Where is that piece? Oh, it's right in front of me, as always. Oh, that worked out nicely. Oh, that's working out nicely. Except where is that one? It's in the slot, but moved the wrong way. There we go. Go. And there. Second to last layer. Into there. Megaminx is fun. It's also kind of not, but can be fun. Oh, I don't know any of the last layer algs. This is going to be rough. I think the same one as I use on 3x3 works for that. Oh, yeah, it did. How do we move those around? It's like a J-perm, maybe? Oh, yeah, lucky. And then swap those two. Swap these two. And we're done. 156. I think that's pretty decent for me. I think my official average is like 140 something. Official single or best single is like 120 something. But that's not terrible. I would have expected it to be like more than 2. I guess you can't see that unless I do that. There we go. Let's see, what else do we have? T-perm. Yeah, I think J-perm worked for what I had too. World record for Megaminx is about 27 seconds. Yeah. I actually watched, what's his face, Juan Pablo Honky do, I mean, some sort of crazy sub-30 solves before at US Nationals. He's crazy. A lot of people are crazy. Felix or Max? Ooh, that's an interesting question. I talked about that way earlier in the stream. I mean, if you just look at the statistics, Max has kind of stolen all the world records. He doesn't have nearly as many total as Felix, but he also hasn't been around nearly as long. They're both really cool. Felix looks like he's focusing mostly on 3x3 nowadays, but he's still holding on to that average world record, I think. What was your 3x3 main for your first comp? That's an interesting story. I originally had a stickerless Zanchi, and then I had to buy a stickered Zanchi because back in 2014, stickered cubes weren't allowed in competitions. So I was going to use the stickered Zanchi, that's what I was practicing for and everything, and then I got to the competition, and then I bought, about an hour or two before the round, I bought a Moyu Weilong 3x3, my first Moyu cube, which was just like a really good cube at the time. And I used that at the competition instead, and I think it actually worked for me. Like, didn't inhibit my solves too much, but over time I realized that I was better off solving on the Zanchi anyway because it was a bit of a slower cube, fit my turning style a little bit better. I probably could have set up the Weilong better to match my turning style, but it worked out. Do you think it's possible to beat Yusheng Du's world record? I mean, yeah, I said that earlier in the video. I bet as soon as competitions come back in the first handful of competitions, I'm sure Max Park will destroy that. Or maybe not. Maybe it'll take a while, but I'm sure he can do it eventually, or someone else. V-Cube or Rubiks brand? Oh, that's a hard question. VQ wins all of them. Do you have a Penrose cube? I don't. Those are pretty interesting looking puzzles. If anybody wants to do any sort of other solves, I think I've gone through all of them before. I'm happy to do all of them except 4x4. Just tell me in the chat, spam it in the chat what event you want to do. We have like 10 more minutes, so how many comps have you been to? 23. That's actually more than I maybe would have expected. It's cool. 974 official solves. There's all of my official times right there. Oh, there's no more 3x3 feet on there. That's so sad. Oh, you can still find it right here. There we go. My 152 average. Nice. Chat scrolling by so fast I can't even read it. A lot of people are saying 3x3. I might do a little bit more of that. The cube 6 solve. I'm not so sure about that. Skewb. GAN 330. I don't have that with me. Yeah, let's do some 3x3 solves. Or should I grab the GAN 330? Let's do some speed solves on the GAN 330. I will be back in about 15 seconds. And here we go. This is the smallest speed solvable 3x3 cube, I would say. It does have this little hole in it, which I think makes it not competition legal, but it does turn well enough. I wonder if you could like put something in there and like patch it up and make it WCA legal. Maybe. That would be fun. Let's go back to CS timer. Let's go back to 3x3. If anyone has a GAN 330, I'll race you. Let's do this scramble. Okay. Max Fleet or DNM 37. I think the original DNM 37 is probably my favorite in terms of lubes. A lot of people are saying 1x1. Nah. Okay. Let's go ahead and do one of these. I think if we can get like a sub 20, that would be pretty good. I'm not sure if that's possible though, but let's try it. Oh yeah, we can do this. This is actually so much fun. I haven't really done any speed solves in this before, but that was awesome. 18.86. I think that's probably better than some of the real 3x3 solves I did earlier in this video. James Melby for $5 says 2x2 blind. I mean, I can't really argue with that if you donate money, so guess we're doing 2x2 blind. I feel like I tried this at a different stream one time and it went absolutely terribly. But let's try and do a different method of 2x2 blind maybe. What if we did like legitimate normal method for this? So if we did, is that even possible? I guess I'm not timing myself. No, okay, let's do Old Plockman then. I think we... Wait, let me just make sure I remember the algorithm. I haven't done blind for a long time. So these two pieces swap. Okay. So we have to look at the piece that goes... I haven't done this forever. To look at the piece here, see where it goes. Okay. So it's, this one is... You have G, and then this one is, oh, that's all in the wrong spot. There, G, D, J, JP. Okay. Okay. Should I do it under the table or what? I don't really have a blindfold. Behind my back, maybe? Let's try it. And we failed! Haven't done any blind solves in a long time. Actually, wait. It like almost looks like it's about to be solved. I just have these two pieces and these two pieces wrong. It almost looks like I messed up my memo actually. Or it could have been execution actually either. Yeah, so I just messed up 2 pieces, or 4 pieces. It almost looks like it's almost solved. What did we do wrong? I have no idea. So we have to... Yeah, I don't know. I haven't done blind for a long time. Looks like we're about 3 minutes to the end of the stream. Any last minute questions or comments or anything like that, leave those in the chat. 4x4. Oh yeah, let's do some 4x4. Oh, that's the rest of it. What's your Megaminx main? This is the YJ-Yoohoo V2 M. I think it probably has M on the name. It's relatively new magnetic Megaminx that's really cheap from YJ, and it's really good, except for the fact that the greens are like almost exactly the same. I think they might come with, or they might sell a different version of that green. That would be nice. Oh my gosh, so many questions, I can hardly read anything. Okay, I need to pause it so I can read what he's saying. Cat. Any good questions? Are you color neutral? I am somewhat neutral between yellow and white on a 3x3. I do white like 80% of the time, and then if white looks terrible and something looks nice on yellow, then I might do that instead. 8x8 main. The best 8x8 I have is the original MF3RS or MF8 8x8, which I think is discontinued now and replaced with a better one. You should try a gear ball if you have one. I have the like Chi gear ball. It's pretty fun. People are telling me to solve all these different types of cubes, but I don't have them with me right now. They're way over there. You know what was fun? Solving this 3x3 was really fun, so I'm going to do it one more time to finish off the stream. We have about 1 more minute left till the 2-hour mark. So yeah, we'll finish it off with one of these solves right here. Got an 18 on the last one. Let's see if we can do it a little bit faster. Okay. $17.19. That was pretty good. All right, so yeah, it looks like I haven't really missed anything. Do you recommend the Guhong V4? It's really good if you want like a kind of light, airy cube that's relatively cheap, magnetic, all that. It's pretty good. I mean, it's a little bit more expensive than the MoUR's 3M 2020, but I like it for a particular type of feel. I'll definitely be getting a new one. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this little live stream. It's now 12 o'clock for me, which means we've been on my live for 2 hours. So that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys next time.